Okay, all right, here we go. While you were watching something else over the weekend, Juan Soto made his Mets debut.
How about this?
Of course, he homered.
Opposite field, off a left-hander. See ya. First AB.
Man.
Tell you what,
He wants to come into the juice box
the kids are
and
working
throw a
out
2-0
this
heater to
facility,
Kobe Rasmus.
and everybody's around the TV like it was a World Series. And here came Soto, boom, and the place went nuts.
Let's hear from him after the game.
It's everything that we've been doing. It's paying off. We've been working really hard this offseason to be ready in good shape and putting my swing in the best spot for this year, and it's just paying off. Definitely, I try to bring the vibe and bring the good energy everywhere I go. It's been really cool. It's been really cool to see them enjoying the moment and enjoying this time. First year with the Mets and everything. It's gonna be unforgettable.
This dude is such great theater. I mean, do you remember Entourage on HBO? Remember that show? Remember the character Johnny Drama?
Are you saying he's Johnny Drama?
Yes, he's Johnny. He's Juani Drama.
Man, he's all over it today.
He's so good.
Welcome back, Matt.
At this kind of stuff. He homered in his Yankee debut in the Grapefruit League last year.
Oh, wow.
So,
I forgot about that.
Dude, he is theatrical. In addition to being incredibly talented and elite as a hitter, the theatrics around him are worth the price of a ticket.
I tell you what, he's an attraction, man. And you know what's? Here it is, the one you're talking about in spring training last year. Left center field, same thing.
There it is. Welcome to the Yankees.
On the bomb, ball up,
watches it. All the style points is totally on cue.
You know the thing about him is you could do that same video, his first home run with the Nationals. Remember they had the whole academy in the Dominican, all the kids were yelling and screaming?
Right.
Basically the same swing. He's just getting stronger and stronger and growing on that same swing he's had. That's the consistency of this guy. But the one thing that stands out for me is his English is impeccable. You know, a lot of guys come over and they're learning it. He was primed when he got here at 18, 19 years old. He was speaking fluent English, and obviously commands Spanish, his number one language. So that's made him an international star immediately.
Yeah.
You know, so often we've had great Latin players come on the scene, but they couldn't communicate, and people didn't get to know them right away until they grasped the English language and got a little confidence. Same thing with Japanese players a lot. Mm-hmm. He was ready-made.
He doesn't shy away from the mic either. He'll wear the mic live during a game. He's very collaborative that way. So that's not the only story out of Mets camp that's grinding Yankees fans. The other one is Clay Holmes pitched over the weekend, right? And he was pretty doggone good in his new role as a starter. Broke out his new pitch. They're calling it the kick change.
Okay. Why is that?
I don't know why they call it the kick change. Maybe it's just a cheeky way to...
Is it because of his leg kick and he changes?
Maybe it has a little kick at the end of it.
Could be.
I kind of like it, though. I mean, whoever came up with that. So this is the 2024 pitch usage chart with the Yankees.
No changeup, huh?
No changeup, and as we know, he was primarily just a big bowling ball sinker guy. And we're told that that's going to look a little bit different now that he's with the Mets and kind of playing with some new stuff. Rotation options, they didn't add the big, Corbin Burns type that fans were hoping for, but Sean Manaea comes back, Kodai Senga's healthy, Clay Holmes 2.0 is in the rotation. They're taking a flyer on Griffin Canning, who had some real great flashes with the Angels in his career. This is what they're rolling into opening day with, it would appear, because I don't know that there's another move in store, at least not before the opener. Maybe at the deadline that changes. What do you think about that group to supplement a really good lineup?
I like it, but you still got to have that number one. So maybe Senga gets to that point, he's healthy, and he can be that guy. Because what happens, you have to match up against that. You're going to run into that pitcher that's going to shut you down. And you got to have your guy doing the same thing.
Right.
So collectively, over the course of the season, I think they're going to be fine. But when you get to the postseason, you got to have that guy. We'll see.
Yeah.
A long ways away, but I like what they're building.
And remember, the Senga setback last year when he came back to make that one start, it was not arm-related.
Yeah.
So that's the good news. there.
And don't tell me they don't have their eyes on Alcantara.
Oh, we're going to get to that.
So I mean, they're still going to add
that's a
as the
great
season
point.
goes on. There's
No
going to be Seattle's got pitching. You can go make things happen just because you're in spring training with that.
We're going to
does not
talk a
mean
little
that's
bit
it.
about Alcantara's start, his first on a major league mound in over 500 days later on. So Juan Soto homers in his Mets debut.
Nice to have you with us. Who's next?
Oh, yeah, who's next is Alex Bregman. Not to be outdone in his Red Sox spring debut home run.
Nice. You know what? This is why he wanted to go to that ballpark. I mean, that's their ballpark in spring training, like the Yankees, is similar to the park they play in. But there's more to this story for me, Matt. You haven't been around. You and Lauren were on vacation, so we've been talking about this ad nauseum. We that have been here.
That's a backhanded shot if ever there was one.
No, look, you know the story. You've followed it enough. With Devers possibly at third and Bregman at third, and I thought Bregman would be second. All that. Here's my point to this. Roll the video of Bregman playing third base. He played third. And Raffy Devers was like, look, I'm the third baseman. There's been a lot of controversy. But my question is this. My point is this. If Bregman, who has not played second base in a number of years, is going to be your second baseman, why is he playing third?
I used to be one of those other guys, Matty.
Yeah, D-Row was one of those guys.
Yeah, you need the reps at second. So I think he's going to play third.
You do?
I do.
And you think that Devers DHs or plays first base?
They got a problem.
They got a problem.
They got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because you can't sit there and say, Bregman's going to play second, and he hasn't played there. You just don't. He's got to get the reps. Double plays. The last time he played second base, there were shifts.
Those numbers on the right are not good.
No, I get it. I understand that. We've talked about this, and I totally disagree with all this stuff. Raffy Devers is too young. He's too good of a defender, and the numbers are ugly, but he can still catch the ball.
And part of the problem, too, is what are you going to do with Casas then?
Exactly.
You can't just platoon, you can't give everybody half a pallet of at-bats based on handedness of the starting pitcher.
They got a problem. And I think they're better with Bregman at second than they are with Bregman at third. Because now I got Devers, an all-star, and I got Bregman, who will be an all-star at second base.
Christian Campbell's down there. They got all these kids ready to play now. I mean, it's a good problem. Too much is a good problem. But it's going to be interesting to see how they sift through
I think the reality that everybody's overlooking, and I'll probably get hammered for saying this, but it's a fact. When you take a young player like Raffy Devers and say DH, you're also saying go back and eat. You're not moving your body. You're not doing the things. We watch it with Vlad. We watch it with the young David Ortiz. You watch it with players. I watched it happen on guys I played with. You can't take a young guy and think he's going to be active and he'll continue moving.
Right,
and he's not going to gain weight. This is the guy we're going to get. No. You're putting him in a health situation.
It's like Pablo Sandoval 2.0. He's DHing, so he's in the clubhouse.
And I think they overlooked that. That's a fact. That happens. And that's not a knock on him. That just happens.
Before we get off the Red Sox, though, we should mention Garrett Crochet was electric.
He was fantastic.
I mean, boy.
Everything you asked for.
How we did talk about it a lot at the time. What a big ad this was.
Look at that.
I don't think we get the impact of this one yet. And if he's not a front runner for American League Cy Young, if he's anywhere north of 10-1, get me to the window right now. Under a false name.
He even looks more intimidating in that Red Sox uniform.
He's going to be great
He's
there.
Big dude.
Hey, Dodgers Nation. It looks like the offseason isn't over yet. After an epic year, winning a championship against all odds, the front office is still working nonstop to turn this team into a true dynasty. And now, there's a trade rumor that could shake up the roster. We're talking about none other than Rafael Devers, the Boston Red Sox star, being linked to a possible move to Los Angeles. But does this trade really make sense? And what would the Dodgers have to give up to make it happen? Stick with me until the end because this story is heating up. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment with your thoughts on this potential blockbuster trade. Let's dive in. The current Dodgers situation. The Dodgers have already made history this offseason. They landed Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Tyler Glasnow. They practically built a super team. But the front office isn't satisfied. The goal is clear, to be the first team to win back-to-back titles since the Yankees of 1998 to 2000. And that's where Rafael Devers comes in. With Alex Bregman joining the Red Sox, Devers' future in Boston is uncertain. He has already made it clear that he wants to continue playing third base, but does the franchise still see a place for him? Bleacher Report has put forward a bold trade proposal involving the Dodgers and Red Sox, and let me tell you, this scenario would be a game changer. Trade details. According to Zachary D. Reimer, the proposed deal would be: Dodgers receive Rafael Devers. Red Sox receive Max Muncy, Chris Taylor, Bobby Miller, and Alex Freeland, Dodgers' number 4 prospect. In other words, the Dodgers would get one of the best hitters in the league, but they would have to part ways with some key pieces. Let's analyze both sides of this potential trade. What the Dodgers gain with Devers. Devers is an elite player. Just last season, he posted 28 home runs, 83 RBIs, and a 3.7 WAR. His power at the plate would make him a perfect addition to an already stacked lineup featuring Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, and Will Smith. Imagine that offensive rotation. It would easily be one of the most feared lineups in MLB. Plus, Devers is only 27 years old and in the prime of his career. He's already a World Series champion and has experience in high-pressure games. What the Dodgers lose. Now, the tough part. To get Devers, the Dodgers would have to say goodbye to some beloved players. Max Muncy, a core piece of the team, Muncy is a clubhouse leader and a powerful hitter. He's been an all-star and, despite ups and downs, always delivers solid numbers. Chris Taylor, a true utility player. His versatility on the field is crucial for the Dodgers. He can play infield, outfield, and always steps up in clutch moments. Bobby Miller, perhaps the hardest player to let go. A young, talented pitcher with the potential to become one of the league's best in the coming years. Alex Freeland, one of the Dodgers' top prospects, with great potential to be an MLB starting infielder. Is it worth it? Here's the big question. Is it worth giving up these players to land Devers? If we look at immediate impact, yes, Devers would make the lineup even more dangerous and could be a key factor in another title run. But losing Muncy, Taylor, and especially Bobby Miller could be costly in the long run. The lineup would be even stronger offensively, but the pitching rotation would lose depth. Could Yamamoto, Glasnow, and Walker Buehler handle the extra load? Also, let's not forget that the Dodgers already have offensive depth. The real concern might be strengthening the pitching staff rather than adding another slugger. Conclusion and final opinion. On paper, this trade is exciting but also risky. If the front office really wants to pull the trigger, they need to consider whether losing Bobby Miller and Chris Taylor would hurt the team's rotation and defensive flexibility too much. Now, I want to hear from you, Dodgers fans. Do you think the Dodgers should go all in to land Rafael Devers? Or is it better to keep the roster as it is and bet on the team's current strength? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Dodgers updates. See you in the next video. Go Dodgers!